Perfect. My tumor costume is ready just in time.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're taking a look at set number 7136, Skrall. The set contains approximately 21 pieces, was released in the winter of 2010, and during time of release was approximately $8. Alright, here we have it, the first of the evil stars. Before we get into the review, let me get my disclaimer out of the way. Just because there are pros and cons in this video doesn't necessarily mean they're my personal opinion. I do my best to make these videos as objective as possible, and as such, any and all comments should be taken as either community opinions or as objective facts about the set I can represent here on camera. So please, unless I explicitly say so, do not assume anything here is my personal opinion. Okay? Awesome. Let's go ahead and get into the review. So here we have the evil Skrall. Now, Skrall is interesting because he's one of two of the stars that has a different body construction than pretty much any other Agori and or Avtorn build released since. Prior or since. So let's go ahead and get into the recolors and new pieces. As far as recolors are concerned, we really only have one, and that is a sword piece. This is Kopaka's sword from all the way back in 2001. This is new in black. Outside of that, I'm fairly certain we have these in black and then these in black. Yeah, I'm pretty positive that everything else is old pieces that have been reused. As far as new pieces are concerned... Oh, wait, no, we also have this as a recolor. This is the pommel piece for the golden armor set. And this is obviously a Nuva shoulder piece. So there is that. That's new in pearl gold. As far as new pieces are concerned, we do also only have one. That is the foot piece. We have this in black. So we'll get two of those. That is that. So as we can see here, the Skrall is a little bit different than its usual portrayal. It's also one of two sets released in 2009 that is being represented here. Now, normally the Skrall is part of a lineage series of sets. He's part of a set line, a character line that has had multiple representations. Now, Skrall, he was released in 2009, as I just mentioned, so he really only has one. Normally I'd show you the prior form, however, that's all I can do. So this is Skrall from 2010, and this is Skrall from 2009. Just go ahead and squeeze down in there. Come on, get in the frame. There you go. So as we can see, the difference is actually wild. Aside from the black and the helmet and the blades, very few is the same. First of all, obviously enough, Skrall from 2010 is much, much smaller, being an Agori and or Avtorn build. The sword is also greatly simplified, and he doesn't have that kind of hilt blade piece like he does in 2009. Color scheme has also changed slightly as well, with there now being a secondary color of lime similar to Tuma, as opposed to red, which was the normal Skrall color. Of course, he also does not have a shield, as the variant in 2009 does, so no shield whatsoever. Of course, we can see that they are both hunchbacked, however, they go about things very differently. This one has a very kind of horizontal way of doing it, and this one is slightly more curved. So there are more angles here, while this one, it's definitely more gradual. And of course, because it's a smaller scale, you got to do it very differently. Additionally, the blade pieces on the arms of the Skrall in 09 are put on differently than they are on 2010. Here, they're put on the front, so you see more of the actual design of the blades. But here, they're put on the side, so they're a lot slimmer. You only really see the blade pieces sticking out. Of course, they do have the same helmet, and black is the primary color. But that's about where those similarities end. So, that's about it. Let's go ahead and put him to the side and review the actual star set. Now, right out the gate, people really are not happy that it is an Agori/Avtorn build. Because of that, the articulation is greatly limited, being the standard for the set size, the 2 in the arms, 2 in the legs, and 1 in the head. Now, Skrall, like I said earlier, he is very different than the others, or at least than most of the others, because he has a hunched back. Now, this causes two issues. First of all, an open ball joint, because of the way they actually went about doing this. So there's an open ball socket, rather. However, there also is an open ball joint. this makes the set look unfinished and to a lot of people rather amateurish. Additionally, not really many people are sure why it's the Skrall, because the Skrall got released in 2009 alongside Gresh. So if you wanted to get most years represented, doing 2 from 2009 was not the best way to go about it in a lot of people's opinion. They would have rathered some other black characters had been the star set. However, we do have Skrall, so it's kind of the way it is. Color scheme to a lot of people is also rather boring, being primarily just black. There's a little bit of light gray, and of course the obvious lime green. However, other people are really sure, or they're really unsure as to why it is lime green instead of red, like it originally was. Of course, one of the main issues that Skrall actually has, and this comes to mobility, are these sword pieces, because they will not only clash with each other a lot of the time, they will clash with the long helmet piece as well. So arm articulation, it goes pretty much to there. So it kind of looks really awkward. We have some open axles as well because they're off of the arm piece. So there is that. Posing is limited. You can only really get a couple of poses out of him because the articulation is, of course, as limited as it is. So Skrall, he really tried to do something different. He tried to go for this kind of creative look at the design and better represent the actual Skrall set. However, because it's a star, because it is this kind of set size, it's much harder to do than if it were larger. So unfortunately, not a lot of people do like Skrall because it does look kind of unfinished. It's clunky, it has a lot of issues with these blades up here, and there are not very many new recolors or new pieces. So that about sums it up. What do you guys think? Do you think there should have been a different black set character, Earth character, in this role that should have been the star? Feel free to let me know either in the comments below or on the message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Thank you all very much for watching, and join me next time when I look over the Paraka Nektan. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all then.